This afternoon I was leading a session with one of my colleagues, Emma Wadey, who works in Sussex Partnership Trust. We were leading a session on culture. I was trying to talk about some work that the Patient Safety Collaborative is leading on frontline safety culture, a project we're scaling up with 4 acute trusts in the region. And the focus of Emma's work was talking about some of the practical application of the thinking that we're using in our project. Her experience of doing safety walk rounds and safety huddles within her organisation was very, very impressive, to say the least. She talks about it as being a very simple intervention. My experience is the simple things are often some of the best things to be engaged with. But the way in which she's mobilised her staff, listened to her staff, and altered the way in which they work within her organisation was very, very enthralling and extremely engaging. I spoke a little bit about the ins and outs of how one can look at safety culture within organisations, some of the tools that you can use, and the reasons why we feel that looking at safety culture is so inherently important if you actually want to improve the way that quality and safety is looked at and developed within your own organisations. And we then led into a conversation at the end to hear about what some of the audience thought about the work that Emma had done. And they were all very supportive of the work, but I think what I found most interesting was the level of intrigue as to how she'd managed to get this work off the ground. The applause that she was getting for the fact that she'd done the work and was so ambitious about the scale of the work. Because one of the dangers in starting to talk to people about culture is that there is a sense that you're going to get some information that may be difficult to deal with. And certainly one of the things that Emma was clear to talk about was some of the information that she was given, she needed to act on immediately. It wasn't something she could listen to, cogitate on and act on later. It had to be done there and then. But a lot of that information is very slow to come out unless you really ask the right questions in the right way. I was really struck by the way that she presented her work. I was struck by the way the audience was engaged with talking about culture, and I'm hopeful that it's created conversations that will occur back in their own organisations. If you'd like to know more about the work that we're doing in the Kent, Surrey and Sussex Patient Safety Collaborative, all of the information is available on our website.